video, we are here around Zamboanga City. We will find 5 products that prove global or international trading to our local market or economy. So by the way, I am Christy May R. Arcillas together with my teammate, Jenny Rose D. De Los Reyes,
Reni Boyan Cañedo, Romil E. Mariano,
Marcel A. Regalado, Melka H. Lukay-Lukay, So hi guys, again this is me, Christy May R. Arcillas from PSS Filipino 1A. And today I am here in Zamboanga City, right departed here in the gasoline station. So why I am here in the gasoline station? It is because me and my teammates choose gasoline fuel as one of the products that prove global or international trading in the local market or economy. Gasoline was discovered nearly 160 years ago as a byproduct of refining crude oil to make kerosene for lighting. There was no use for gasoline at the time, so it was burned at the refinery, converted to a gaseous fuel for gas lights, or simply discarded. First important leap to gasoline for automotive use was made by German engineer Carl Friedrich Michael Wilhelm Benz, 1844-1929. A graduate of the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, who built the first gasoline-fueled monocylindric motor for prototype in 1879, which finally was patented by Daimler in 1886. British refiners originally used motor spirit as a generic name for the automotive fuel and aviation spirit for aviation gasoline. In China, petroleum was used more than 2,000 years ago in I Ching, one of the earliest Chinese writing sites that use of oil in its raw state without refining was first discovered, extracted and used in China in the 1st century BC. Around 85% of the total crude mix, 30,200 MB, was sourced from the UAE, Kuwait, Russia, and Saudi Arabia. In 2020, the top partner countries from which Philippines imports fuels include China, Indonesia, Korea, Singapore, and Malaysia. Hello viewers! So today I will tackle to you the positive and negative effects of gasoline in the local market or economy. Let's start. So, what are the advantages of gasoline fuel in the local market or economy? So, they are free from solid and liquid impurities. Complete combustion without pollution is possible due to the uniform mixing of air and fuel. They have high calorific value as well. They can also be used in internal combustion engine fuels. So the negative effect of gasoline in the local market or economy is the average price for regular unleaded gallon of gas. These higher energy prices seep into almost every major part of the economy. They drive up the cost of electricity, transportation, shipping, logistics, air travel, agriculture, fertilizer, and the production of other commodities. The major short-run impacts of any of the oil shortage scenarios include a reduction in GNP, increases in prices and interest rates, and a reduction in petroleum product supply, which drives prices up. Automobile sales and housing construction are the two sectors most severely affected. In the case of pollution, the traditional example of a negative externality, a polluter makes decisions based only on a direct cost of and profit opportunity from production and does not consider the indirect cost to those harmed by the pollution.
Hello everyone! We are here at the store of some technology that are part of our daily life. One of the examples are gadgets.
What is the best definition of gadget? Gadget, an often small mechanical or electronic device with a particular use but often thought of as a novelty. What is the history of ICT in the Philippines? Beginning in 1996, the Department of Education started to implement the first large-scale ICT or education initiative in the Philippines. This effort was later strengthened and expanded to become the DepEd Computerization Program and DepEd Internet Connectivity Program, DCP or DICP. How did this technology start in the Philippines? During the Spanish regime, the beginnings of modern science and technology in the Philippines can be traced to the Spanish regime. The Spaniards established schools, hospitals, and started scientific research, and this had important consequences for the rise of the country's professions.
How does gadgets impact our generation today? Devices do help in saving a lot of space. In earlier days, there were telephones where one needed to sit in one place and talk. But now, with smartphones, can travel around and talk whenever you are. Some other gadgets meant for fun, like iPad, MP3, PlayStation, etc., have always been our favorite. How does phones affect globalization? The development of smartphones has become another step in the globalization process. The updated devices have opened up a series of opportunities for all the spheres of social life, business, education, and entertainment. What is the importance of gadgets? Gadgets can entertain us. Thanks to television and other entertainment devices such as DVD players and 3D gaming system, we can watch and play anything we want, making our time go by much faster than it does when we simply sit and stare at the wall. And we can also observe show on these devices, smaller and bigger.
How did technology play an important role in globalization? Technological advancement reduced cost of transportation and communication across nations and thereby facilitate global sourcing of raw materials and other inputs. Patented technology encourages globalization as the firm owning the patent can exploit foreign markets without much competition.
How can technology help our society? For example, there are emails, social networking. You can FaceTime a person that lives on the other side of the world. And here's video conferencing where you can have conference electronically. What are the impact of technology on economic development? The main impacts of information technology on the economy are e-commerce, marketing tactics, facilitation of globalization, job insecurity, and job design. E-commerce is the buying and selling of products over the internet. What are the advantages and disadvantages of technology? It enhances the usefulness of goods and services and helps in creating value. It helps make any work easier and help us in multiple ways. Technology has both positive and negative effects. Many people use it for their growth and some use it to harm society and ecosystem.
What is the positive impact of technology on society? The usefulness of technology in staying connected, working from home, and having access to the medical services has been evident in these challenging times. Expanded security, enhanced communication, increased information, education, and last but not the least, amusement are vital aspects of technology. Disadvantages of technological globalization has not closed the digital divide. The digital divide is a phenomenon that occurs when wealthier people have better access to technology than poorer people, replacement of workers by machines. What are the negative effects of technology globalization? Social media and mobile devices may lead to psychological and physical issues such as eye strain and difficulty focusing on important tasks. They may also contribute to more serious health conditions such as depression. The overuse of technology may have a more significant impact on developing children and teenagers.
Hey viewers, so my topic would be focused on the charcoal carbonization. In this video, you will see, understand, and at the same time, gain knowledge from it. Before I begin my discussion for this vlog, let me introduce myself first. So I am Romil M. Mariano, and first year student of BSED Filipino 1. So in this video, you will know on what does the real meaning of this charcoal carbonization. Charcoal carbonization is a process that typically heats biomass feedstock in the kilns or retort pyrolysis at temperatures around 400 degrees Celsius. The produced biochar is also known as the charcoal, which is porous, carbon-enriched, grayish-black solid. Charcoals that have endured heat treatment temperatures about 800 degrees Celsius are referred to as carbonized charcoals. So why does it include this kind of products? There are a lot of examples of product that can be used as an example for global trade. So guys, it has bigger reason why do I choose this. I want you to know that even though we can earn money from it, this has also have its negative effect. So now I will be going to tell to you its positive effects. So the advantage of charcoal carbonization is that heat needed in the carbonizing of briquettes comes from its surface spontaneous combustion, namely flameless oxidation, and oxidation of for combustible gas in the furnace. So these are its advantage. Second, the disadvantages for charcoal carbonization. Downsides are the carbonization takes rather long and the process requires continuous attention. In addition, charcoal quality is rather low and efficiency is only between 8 and 15% consumption of wood. 1 kilogram of wood of destructive distillation produces only 0.25 kilograms of charcoal's makings in expensive fuel. For production of charcoal, more and more trees would have been to cut down, which causes deforestation and disturbs the ecological balance on the earth. So now I will be going to tell to you on why does it includes in the globalization. So aside from it is one of the example for global trading, it is also the example for globalization of environment. Why? Because it is an example of deforestation. The clearance of the wood. It leaves the environment to be susceptible to climate change, impacts such as flooding, which brings about the soil erosion and destructive of crops, and green gas effects due to prolonged drought. It is good that we can earn money from it, but we must also consider its negative effects. Having a good trading with good outcomes, we can have a good economic status and living in a safe way.
Good day everyone, I'm Jenny Rose D. De Los Reyes from BSEC Filipino 1A. So today we are here in Magay where cigarette and tobacco are located. We choose this product as one of the fruit of global or international trading in the local market or economy.
Smoking is a health problem, cause of which include sickness, pain, grief, and misery. But tobacco use also imposes a significant economic burden on society. In addition to the direct medical cost of treating tobacco-induced illnesses, there are other indirect costs including loss of productivity, fire damage, and environmental harm from cigarette litters and destructive farming practices. The total burden caused by tobacco product more than outweighed any economic benefit from their manufacture and sale. Tobacco was introduced in the Philippines in the late 16th century, during the era of Spanish colonization when Agustinian brought cigar tobacco seed to the colony for cultivation. In 1686, William Dampier visited Mindanao and observed that smoking was a widespread custom. It has also become an article of origin trade with the Dutch from Theodore and Ternate buying rice, beeswax, and tobacco from the Spanish colony. The tobacco monopoly in the Philippines island during the Spanish era was established by Government General Jose Vasco E. Vargas on March 1, 1782, with the aim of increasing government revenue. The tobacco farmers were given quotas each year and the entire crop was then brought by the government. The tobacco leaves were then brought to Manila and made into cigars and cigarettes in government's own factories, later to be shipped out for export. Tobacco became a major commodity in the galleon trade. The Philippines became the biggest tobacco producing country in Asia. However, it led to abuse by the government officials who wanted to enrich themselves. The farmers honored the crop as they were to the mercy of government agents who cheated on its price, and they did not have the library to raise other crops for themselves and their families. The monopoly also encouraged bribery and smuggling due to the desire to evade strict government regulations. The tobacco monopoly was established in 1882. Advantage of cigarettes. Smoking can be relaxing. One benefit of smoking is that it can be quite relaxing. Especially if you have a stressful day, you can light a cigarette and the nicotine will bring you down a little. Even though the initial feelings of nicotine rush will become far lower. Over time, cigarette can still give you a good feelings and help you to relax from your stressful daily life. Smoking tobacco is also legal in most countries of our planet. This makes smoking a rather convenient hobby since can easily buy cigarette in many stores in a legal manners. Help you to lose weight. You can also have noticed that many smokers are actually quite slim and don't suffer from overweight or obesity too often. This is due to the fact that many smokers lose their appetite and therefore eat far less compared to the state in which they would not smoke. And this is the disadvantage of the cigarettes. Smoking can cause cancer. Although smoking can have some upsides, it can also imply serious issues. One big problem with smoking is that it can cause cancer. In fact, many people who smoke will suffer from cancer sooner or later. Cancer is one of the worst diseases known to humanity and chances are that people will suffer a lot due to it. In many cases, smokers will often also die at a rather young age from cancer. pulmonary issues. Apart from the increased risk of cancer related to smoking, there are also many other pulmonary issues related to it. For instance, people who smoke quite often also suffer from COPD or also from asthma. If you also want to minimize the risk of getting those conditions, you may want to quit smoking for sure. It can hurt our overall fitness level in case you smoke on a regular basis. You will also notice that your overall fitness level will significantly suffer over time. In fact, the fitness level of the average smoker will be far lower compared to the average fitness level of people who don't smoke. This is due to the fact that smoking will hurt our lungs, which in turn will no longer be able to work in an optimal manner. That's all, ma'am. Thank you.
So today we are here in Magay where Onion is located. We choose this product as one of the proof global or international trading is that in the history is many archaeologists, botanists, and food historians believe onions originated in Central Asia. Others research suggests onions were first grown in Iran and West Pakistan. It is presumed our predecessors discovered and started eating wild onions very early, long before farming or even writing was invented. Very likely this humble vegetable was a staple in the prehistoric diet. So what is the economic importance of onions? Number 1, onion is the most important commercial spice crop grown in India and exported. Number 2, onion leaf and immature bulbs are consumed as a vegetable. Number 3, it is mixed in or other vegetable and soup as a spice and flavoring agent. Number 4, it contains vitamin B and vitamin C, mineral, calcium, and vitamin. Number 5 is it has medical properties or medicinal properties and use against earache, cali pain, and etc. Number 6, it is used for raw consumption. Number 7, it is used in making sauce, ketchup, and chutney. Number 8, dried onion chips and powder have great demand for export. Number 9 is the bulk of things during seed production are feed to cattle or poultry. Negative of onion in economic globalization, it is not new. Since the start of civilization, people have traded goods with their neighbors. As a culture advanced, they were able to travel farther afield to trade their own goods for desirable products found elsewhere. The Silk Road, an ancient network of trade routes used between Europe, North Africa, East Africa, Central Asia, South Asia, and the Far East, is an example of early globalization. Onions contain antioxidants and compounds that fight inflammation, decrease triglycerides, and reduce cholesterol levels, all of which may lower heart disease risks. Their potent anti-inflammatory properties may also help reduce high blood pressure, heart protect against blood clots.